Let me just find the music. I'm pretty sure I saved up a playlist of royalty-free music, but it doesn't seem to be here. I know the stream is live. Just trying to figure things out. um, wait, is my I knew it. I don't have any filters. Let me just include those. I'll include a gain. I'll include noise gate. In case one of the dogs start barking. It's one of the annoying things about being on what do you call it? OBS. It resets every single time. So do I have everything? Yeah, I do. Okay, let me just increase the gain by 3, and there we go. I should have done that before I started streaming. But my audio should be a little bit better now. Okay, so for this stream, we're going to be having some fantasy. And what kind of mood should the fantasy be? Exciting? I think exciting is good. And there we go. Let me just go ahead and turn the music. Turn it down. I have to scroll inside the website I'm using to load up the rest of the songs. My dog is here to say hi. If I don't load up the other songs by scrolling, because it only shows like 10 songs at a time, and then I have to scroll and it shows 10 more, and then I scroll and it shows 10 more. If I don't do that, it's just gonna stop playing music at some point, because I haven't loaded up the songs. Yeah. So, for people who are watching this on playback, I just need to refresh my stream to make sure that everything like it's supposed to. Yeah, it is. Okay. So for people who are returning from my other streams, because my streams are getting a surprising amount of playback views. So like when I end the stream, he wants to get up. So when I end the stream, a lot of people are apparently watching the streams afterwards, which I think is quite awesome. So you know, I always do these type of introductions for the people who watch them afterwards. Basically, for the past 3 streams... Pretty sure the music is a bit too loud. For the past 3 streams, I have been trying to figure out a Shaman main next to my Druid main. And I have been playing Druid for a long time. I played it years ago, and then I kept going away from Druid, and then I returned to Druid, and I went away from Druid, and I returned to Druid, and now here in Shadowlands, just kind of accept that, okay, so Druid is just supposed to be my main. I just put keys on the table, so I hope that didn't go into the mic. And because of that, I have had this Druid, Ivory Wood, and he is the most geared character that I have. But I realized something. I took a step back to try and see why do I keep returning to Shaman? Because I keep returning to Druid back some time ago, but why do I keep returning to Shaman? And I found out that the reason I'm playing Druid is because it is the class that has everything. And for a person like me who are very, you know, have a really hard time figuring out what to main in the game, I picked the safe option, basically. And the safe option is a Druid. It has everything that I need. It has a tanking spec, it has a healing spec, it has a melee spec, and a range spec. Now, yesterday, when I took a step back to sort of analyze why do I play Druid, I figured out a few things about the different specs in Druid. I found out that the healing spec for Druid, although it has one, and it's probably the easiest healing spec in the game, is also the most boring healing spec in the game. To me personally, you know, other people might enjoy it like crazy. I think it's the most boring. The melee spec, which is a stealth-based, you know, it's Feral Druid, it's stealth-based, is fun to play, but it kind of feels like one of those, you know, it doesn't feel like I don't want to main a stealth character like a rogue or something. It's a fun side alt character, but it's not a fun main. I just kind of miss the warrior feel, you know, jumping into combat and and smashing steel against steel, and when you hit something, they take damage when you hit them, and not just like dots that hurt them over time like stealth classes do. I don't know, I just really feel that type of gameplay should be my main. That's also the reason why I kept returning to Monk at some point during BFA. I kept playing Monk again and again and again. It's because it was very similar to Druid, but it was more melee based. So with that, we also have Balanced Druid. Balanced Druid is, in my opinion, also one of the most... I shouldn't call it boring. It's average. It's not exciting. It's not fun, but it's average. It's okay to play. I can play it, and I can not get a really sour taste in my mouth because I just really hate that class. I used to hate that spec, but nowadays I'm okay with Balanced Druid. And it's only because I was playing a Kultiran Druid that could change into like a an undead version of the big boomy bird. But it's not really a fun type of range spec for me to play. Really, the only fun part about that I'm really satisfied with when it comes to Druid is the tanking spec. But I don't play tanks ever. I heal and I DPS, and I switch between ranged and melee DPSs, but I never tank. So I'm playing a class right now, maining a class right now, where although I do like stealth gameplay, but I don't want to main it, I basically hate everything else about the class. And the reason I keep going back to Shaman is because it is essentially everything that I'm looking for in my Druid, but as a Shaman instead. And the only reason I'm playing Druid over Shaman is because it has stealth gameplay, and it has, it has a tanking spec. What if I need to tank? What if that situation occurs and I need to jump in as a tank? The Shaman can't do that. But I never tank. Like, when I think back, I never tank at any point. So with that logic, I found out why I couldn't decide. My wife is on. I'm giving this for the people who... Because a lot of people are watching this on playback, so I need to explain going into the stream. The reason I haven't been able to figure out, because you can see, like, look at my shamans down here. I have this shaman, horde character. I have this shaman, horde character. I have this shaman, horde character. I have this guy that I tested out, alliance character. This was somewhere around where I started figuring out, you never tank, go on. My biggest fan is on right now. This one I'm playing with my wife. We're in the starting zone still, and we're just sort of having fun with it. This guy is a horde character. This guy is a horde character. You can kind of see the theme here. I was trying to figure out a horde main for Shaman, because, I already have a Druid main, So I came to the conclusion that the reason I just kept jumping between all these different races here is because I don't want to main a horde character. I want to main a shaman, alliance character, because that's my favorite faction. So I said, you know what? This was actually the original shaman that I picked out, because I actually deleted all my characters on my account except for one of each class. And this was the one guy I didn't delete. And there's a reason for that. Because some people might say, oh, Daniel, of all the shamans you could have picked, why did you pick a Kultiran? And that is a good question. It is essentially because Draenei, I did try that out once. I do think Draeneis are very awesome. I especially love them as plate classes, but I don't really see them being caster classes. Like, they are very plate class characters. We have dwarves, and I did actually try to... Where is he? There he is. Transmog a dwarf. I don't know, he just looks very cartoony. He doesn't look badass. He looks very cartoony. Kind of a little bit goofy when he runs as well. So, he has like very fast running, gotta go type movements. And it just doesn't look that badass. And then we have the Dark Iron Dwarf, which is just another dwarf. And what else do we have? We have the Pandas, which I'm not really a Pandaren player. And what are we left with? We are left with Kultirans. And yet, I know what people might think. Kultirans are Cultirans are not really, you know, what people might pick at first glance, because you can't transmog them. If you know what you're doing, you can. And this is how I got to my Tide Sage here. And the anchor, I love the anchor. I think the Magal orcs can actually show it off here. Yeah, their totem here that looks like a big tooth is probably the best totem in the game. Shading Duravir. My wife plays a Draenei Shaman. I just want to point out the female Draenei is perfectly fine as a Shaman. I'm talking about the male Draenei. They only work for plate type classes. The female is fine, but I don't want to play a female character. That's where the issue is. Because I did actually, back when I had my Draenei Shaman that I tested out. Well, tested out. I was actually maining it at that point, because again, I jumped back to Shaman. I ended up switching him over to a female character because I just didn't like how the male version looked in casting style. Acceptable. So I got this guy here, and I have had him at level 50 yesterday, and then I went through a bunch of dungeons. Tried to like feel him out a little bit, because I figured, you know, you don't just like jump on a main. You gotta feel them out. That's what I've been doing by leveling those other horde races. I have tried this thing 5 times now with my male Draenei. You know, you say that too, right? Because yesterday, I jumped on my human Death Knight, and I almost wanted to ask you if you were okay with a race change to a male Draenei. But I decided not to, because I don't want to make any choices. Because my human Death Knight is my most race changed character in my entire account. I have switched away from him, I'm going back to him, and away from him, you know, testing out other classes. He hasn't been a Draenei yet, but he has been pretty much every other class in the game, both on the Horde and Alliance side, which is kind of stupid. So yeah, silly goose. I feel like we have 2 types of music going on right now. I'll just turn off the music here. Wait, am I in the wrong place? There we go. Sound, music. I wasn't really looking for... It's called the Christmas Sleigh Ride. No wonder it sounds a little bit too happy. This one's called Super Cluster. Okay, let's do this one. So yeah. This is my Cultiran. And one of the things that actually my wife came up with, which was the reason that Cultirans look goofy with their, you know, they have this little beer belly at the bottom, is that people, they usually like to wear these belts that hang down. But if you do that, then you can definitely see the beer belly. So what you got to do instead is you got to wear like these regular belts to look a lot better. So what I'll do here is I will just sort of queue up for a dungeon to do something here at the start. Why did that not work? There we go. What about the one that we were leveling together? The dwarf? My wife, she found out that there is a African gray parrot in the game, and she wants to tame it. So she made a hunter and everything, so she could go tame it, and we're leveling it in the starting zone. And I made a dwarf to join her, a shaman dwarf. But the problem I have with the dwarves is that they look a little bit goofy when they run around. Gnomes don't have that issue, so I wonder why dwarves look very cartoonish with their outfits. And I can't really tell why. I think it's because they take just about 3 as many steps as the Cultiran do, but because they're not like completely small like the gnomes, it looks a little bit unnatural. Something I didn't mention was when I made that dwarf to like, you know, join my wife on her leveling quest with her hunter, is that I didn't tell her about it. I just sort of snuck up on her. So Yeah, see, I always, I picked the name that was similar to her shaman's name, and just sort of snuck up, and she really quickly found me out, because I wasn't really good at hiding. I was hiding behind a tree and stuff, and it was just too obvious that she was being spied on. And then with the name and everything, she recognized me really fast. Ooh, I'm seeing some hesitation from these people. As in, like, they didn't know the route. I even started making some more guides for this channel, like some class guides. A little bit different than usual class guides, because instead of doing, what everyone else is doing, which, to be honest, I have no... I'm not a min-maxer in this game. I don't do Unagi, always aware. Yeah, because you found me out. What was I saying? That threw me out of it. Oh man, I got completely thrown out there. I was saying something. I have a feeling it was important, but it probably wasn't. I'm not a min-maxer, right? I was talking about my tutorials. That is important talk. Yeah, so I'm not the type of person who pushes mythic keys to, like, plus 15. The highest I've done is a 9. This entire expansion, because I don't like the way that they made the expansion. So I played sort of my own pace, just low-key. But I should mention that the highest I'd done was a plus 2, and then I finally decided on my Druid, like, 2 weeks ago, to finally go serious on the Mythic Keys thing. And just on that one day, I got up to a plus 9 from a plus 2. So, it's not like I can't do it. I just don't really... I don't know, I'm just not really a min-maxer. I just, want to enjoy the game at my own pace. But either way, those tutorials that I made are not about how to get from good to expert level in different healing classes. They're actually about teaching people who are completely new at the classes how to get into the gameplay style of those healer classes. Because to a lot of people, some classes like Discipline Priest or Holy Paladin can be really difficult to get into because they're so different from other classes. So I decided to make a class guide to just sort of like ease people into it, and then from there on, they can watch one of the other 1,000 videos out there on how to get good on Paladin, because there's no videos that shows how to do this from like a beginner's perspective. And that's kind of the market that I wanted to try and make videos for. Or what it's called. Yeah, it is called min-maxer. The type of people who, who analyzes all numbers of the game and the best covenant, and, they don't play what they like. They play what the game tells them to play. So whenever there's an update, something gets nerfed, something gets buffed, they have to, they spend hours testing out the numbers to see if it's worth switching covenant and that type of thing. It's crazy. Don't step into that. That will kill you. So yeah, I'm a pretty low-key type of player. And I have a really good feeling about this Shaman here, because really, the reason I keep switching away from my Druid, because I'll play my Druid, I might have some fun days, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, how does this Shaman play? Or how does a Monk play? I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Druid, to me, although the stealth gameplay is fun, is not overall fun as a class. I even like Elemental Shaman. You can see... Actually, no, I'm playing a healer right now. But if I were to DPS at the moment, I would actually be playing an Elemental, because I think they're super fun. I really didn't like them at the beginning, back when my wife picked Shaman. And then I kind of got to learn a little bit about it from my wife, which is why I got into Shaman in the first place. I think Shaman was the last... No, Mage was the last class I hadn't leveled up. Then I think Shaman was the second last. But Shaman turned out to be the most fun I'd ever had. like healing spec wise, it's like the third most fun in the game. Because it has some really fun, unique mechanics. Actually, no, the fourth. The monk is more fun, but it is a fun healing spec, is what I'm trying to get at. It's not boring. Yeah, so the tank is clearing the entire area in this run here because he wants to clear everything for the boss who's jumping over there. But because we're on normal difficulty, it is super easy to just kill the boss. Like, we don't even need to worry about this part here. So just go for him, just ignore the mobs, just don't clear the area, because I can out-heal all that stuff. And hopefully the DPSs should be able to avoid enough mechanics. Even like Elemental Shaman. Stop though. It's like, stop it. It is literally the spec, she says. Yeah, my Shaman plays Elemental Shaman. It is the spec. It is super fun. Of like all the ranged DPS classes in the game, like, what do you call it? Priest. Shadow Priest, you call it. Shadow Priest, Mage, and Elemental Shaman are like my top 3 fun classes in the game when it comes to, or like fun specs in the game with the range specs. Like, they're super good for PvP as well. It's so much fun. Right. DPS wise, the Enhancement Shaman is probably my top, I would say my top fun what do you call it, melee spec in the game. I don't actually think I've played another spec that's more fun than that as a melee spec. It has everything. It has the, you know, you run up and you just like starts pummeling the opponent, which is the kind of gameplay that I think my Druid was missing. Probably the biggest, weakest point that I've known about since I started playing Druid was that it didn't have that direct damage melee spec, but it was all stealth based. And I really think that was too bad. Why am I hurting you from the morning? Didn't I just praise your main like crazy? Just pull boss. Yeah, I did it. Monk wasn't listening. I just did a bad thing. I feel like a little bit bad about it, but the tank was just kind of doing his own thing. Don't run around to the webs. Just no. Just keep attacking the boss. It's fine. I can out heal all this. Don't need to do all that stuff. I don't hate Elemental. I used to, but I didn't actually play it back then. I didn't actually take time to figure out how the gameplay style was. And I think it's part of the same reason that I used to hate Mage, because Mage was very like PvP focused. Like, it was really hard for me to survive in PvE content. And then I found out how to actually play Mage, and I found out that you had to use utility in order to survive. And then I found out that some of the most fun things in the game was using utility. Which is why I started thinking about Druid and Shaman and all those utility classes. You know, like slowing people down and stunning them with totems and all that good stuff. Pushing them away. There's just so many really fun things. And I never used those things. So without using utility, the class seemed boring to me, or the spec seemed boring. But now that I found out about utility, Enhancement Shaman, or not Enhancement, also Enhancement, because he has the same utility. But Elemental Shaman is like one of the most, if not you know, I can't say that Shadow Priest or Mage is more fun or less fun. Like it's like they're fun in different ways. Mage is like they have super amount of crowd control and there's a lot of like really careful gameplay. Shadow Priest has a lot of self-healing. Then you have Elemental Shaman, which is a lot about utility. So like they have different things they're super fun at. Yeah, I know it's a me issue. I never said it wasn't. It was a me issue because I didn't actually look into how the class was, the spec was supposed to be played. I just kind of did the DPS rotation and got frustrated when enemies came over to me because they kept just hitting me and I didn't want them to hit me because I was ranged. They should stay away. And it wasn't until much later I found out that we had so much utility to keep them away from us. And if you play it right, it is super satisfying. I think basically in this part of the run, if nobody messes up, I essentially shouldn't actually heal anyone. Only when the little blob monster comes out and does the, you know, the thing you have to soak. But even then, I don't think I would have to save everyone if everyone soaked it. Drop the mic. I just saw the mic icon. Here? No. But I did get a new belt. Really, what I'm just looking for is my leveling. And now I am level 56. It is a bit cold out here, so I'll just turn on a little bit of heat from my heater. For the people who are new to the streams, I am right now sitting in my office in a old camper. And it is, I renovated it. I need to like correct a few like things with the windows because the windows has a little bit of a breeze coming in. But overall, this is like a really awesome place to have an office because the sound, for some reason, in a very tiny camper is amazing. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because there's so many corners and, you know, things. It's not just a flat wall. So the sound is not like bouncing directly back at me. Maybe that's why. Small boy, nerdy boy doesn't even know simple mechanics. You know what? Let's play Elemental Shaman for the next one. So I can talk a bit about it. What I learned about it. Yeah, let's queue as Elemental. There should be like something I can hit over here. No, it's over here. No? There should be like some target dummies somewhere. You know what I'll do? I need to upgrade my garrison at some point because this is, I wouldn't say this is a new character, but I did level this character quite a while back when I wanted to, again, at that point, main a Shaman because I got sick of my Druid. Over here? No. But I didn't really get that far with this guy. I got him to BFA max level, and then I just went back to my Druid again. Because, you know, darn it, Daniel, you don't want to be switching mains all the time. Yes, you do. Just sit down and look pretty. All that flirt going on in the chat. You're glad you're my wife. Otherwise, I would have to ban you. Okay. I think that might be like a level 3 garrison thing. Oh, I just want to point out there's a lot of allergies. I did not mention that at the beginning of the stream, so if my voice sounds a little bit weird, it's because there's a lot of allergies. Like my eye is even like, I'm trying not to touch it. Big true, biggest true there ever was. So what do you think about Culture and Shaman? I'm kind of like a little bit unhappy with my cloak. I really want to get this one particular cloak. You know what, let's do this. See? I think it looks good in transmog. It looks really powerful. What was I looking at? Cloaks. I have a really deep, manly voice. You could listen to it all day. Find it here. I have one cloak. If I can have that one cloak, I don't need any other cloaks in the game. This one. It has everything that I love in a cloak, because most of my transmogs in the game are blue in colors. It has very down-to-earth, earthy colors, which I really enjoy. It has some leathering at the top. It has a little bit of tear at the bottom, which, just to point out, another cloak that I've been using really frequently is this one, because it also has tearing and it has like sewing and stuff, and a little bit of like, it looks very down to earth. Now that I'm looking at it, I actually want to put it on. Where is it? Here. Honey, there might be a 5-year-old in the chat at some point. You know, a little boy watching up to his favorite YouTuber, and then he see that kind of thing. Do I have any tips for people who feel overwhelmed by the volume of stuff to do in WoW? Yes, I do. Because I ran into the same issue. When I started Shadowlands and they started coming out with these automated systems that you have to do, like, because there's plenty of dailies and weeklies to do. And not just that, like, that is just like the soloable PvE content. Then you also have all the Mythic Plus dungeons, you have the raiding, you have PvP, and if you want to have like the best gear possible at the end of the week, you want to make sure you are as far in renowned and everything like everyone else, then you got to do some things daily, right? There's a lot of stuff you need to keep up with. It's a fairly new thing from my understanding, because I got back to WoW right at the end of the Legion after a long break. And when Shadowlands started, I was overwhelmed. I was still pretty much at a beginner level when everyone else had like the best gear in the game. And it was all because I felt really overwhelmed by everything there was to do in the game. I ended up quitting the game for a couple of months when the whole Blizz scandal happened. Not because I wanted to punish Blizz for the scandal, even though it is a really bad thing, but because, I don't know, the only thing that really tied me to the game anymore was nostalgia. Because I didn't enjoy doing all those dailies and weeklies, and it's kind of like you have to do a half an hour at least of chores when you log on to the game every day before you can do fun stuff, and it's just super bad. I'm thinking that's what you mean by the volume of stuff to do. What I've essentially done is I told myself, you know what, just play the game at your own pace. You don't have to do Torghast every day, you don't have to do Korthi every day, you don't have to do the weekly things you have to do every week. Do it at your own pace. You will eventually get to a point, even though it might be a month or two later than everyone else, you will eventually get to the same place that everyone else is at. But the difference is that you'll actually enjoy the game while you do it, instead of rushing to get to the place everyone is at. Yeah. The same thing for me. Yeah, I wanted to be a good healer or whatever, but I realized I was never going to achieve the best gear. Take it at your own pace. That's my advice. A really good suggestion there, if you want to do dungeons. Well, I don't have a key to show. I was about to be dramatic here. I was going to pull it out and show it. Do your own keys. Don't do other people's keys, because you won't get invited. People right now are like, you know, they have 55,000 health as a DPS, which I have never been to 40 so far on any characters. And that's because I'm taking things at my own pace and I'm trying out different characters. I'm just sort of like playing and enjoying the content. But if I were to do Mythic Plus every week, which I started doing a couple of weeks ago, I do it in the way where I just do my own key. I got from a +2 to a +9 in one day because I pushed my own key. And it's just about, like, there's so many incredibly geared people right now. Just make sure you invite those people and not the people who are, like, at your item level. Just, basically get the group to carry you. It's super easy. And you don't even, like, as a healer, you don't even need to worry that much about it because they're basically just slaughtering the whole dungeon. And you don't have to do much healing on them because me, if I were to do a Mythic Plus on any of my healers, like a +9, I would be super undergeared. But because the DPS and the tank are so overgeared, it kind of like evens out. So it's not really a problem. So yeah, there's some benefits to everyone being ahead of you. Just do your own keys. I had the same problem, Michael. I ended up going back to Elemental Shaman because I had a lot of bad experiences. Yeah, my wife actually tried out healing. And it was her first time, and she was very, focused on her rotation. And she didn't realize that the tank had told everyone to stop healing because we needed to wipe. And she kept healing. And then they ended up kicking her because she wouldn't stop healing. Because she was so focused on people dying. She wanted to keep them alive. And she was so sweet about it. And when they then kicked her, it just like crushed her will to heal entirely. Which I think is really bad. Like, it's too bad. How much time do you spend in-game at that day when you boost your key? So during my time that I'm actually like going from a +2 to a +9. So from a +2 you go to a +4, to a +6, +8, and then I did one more. So about 5 dungeon runs in a row. Just grind them out. And because so many people are so overgeared, it's not really that, it doesn't take that long. They just sort of carry you, and it's not that hard. Sitting here talking about getting, you know, all those boosters in the chat that you constantly see in the trade chat. Yeah, just there's no need to buy those services. Just get your own keys and just invite high level people. Oh, need to buff myself. There you go. Oh, we're doing a look at this. Look at this. This guy is overpowered. Do we have anyone else? Oh, okay, just one guy overpowered. Usually there's like at least 3. That rogue in the previous dungeon, I'm pretty sure he was overpowered as well. We're just gonna do some AoE, light everything on fire. Oh, they died. I didn't get a chance to. It's the tank that's literally killing everything here. It's not the DPSs. I was following your stream, which was 30 seconds behind. It was just a silly situation. I couldn't handle both your stream, chat, and my new role. Yeah, there was a lot of things going on. There was a delay on my stream, so when I told everyone to stop healing on stream, my wife was only seeing that message 30 seconds after, that message came out. And by then, she had already been kicked. It was a really, really annoying situation. On the other hand, my wife also has a lot of really good stories about Elemental Shaman. Wait, what are people saying? People are having some sort of internal talk. Okay, let's light everything on lightning. No, they're stuttering! I was about to... Did I do it? No! I have this 1 minute buff down here. What is it? Yeah, it's a 1 minute buff. And then everything just lags out. And I didn't even get a chance to use it. Oh yeah, our tank. Look at our DPS meter. I don't know if you can see it. That's our tank right there. Like I'm not even doing any damage because shamans have to charge up spells. By the time I charge up just one of them, they're already dead. So I'm being carried right now. This is what I was talking about. Get people who are extremely high geared, and then you just sort of get carried. yeah, like there's a lot of situations where my wife, she would like be one of the last people in the raid group when she was doing LFR or something, and then she would pull out her earth elemental and it would just like save the day because the tank died. Light it on fire. Boom, 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 and it's dead. Yeah, our tank is pretty much just doing the whole thing by himself. Haha, look at him. Usually just like kill these guys and then you just stealth up there. Like you don't even do all this stuff. Do I have time to cast the chain heal? I did. Okay, fine. Oh, dispel! Dispel! That's one of the fun shaman abilities. Whenever the enemies are completely enraged, you can dispel them. Or not enraged. Magic effects is called. Yeah, actually, yeah, that might be right. We found out my wife has ADD, which makes total sense now that we know about it. And she was really upset back when she got kicked as a healer. She still is today, upset about it. But it was because there was so many impressions that her brain just couldn't handle it. And, you know, when she was really trying and she felt overwhelmed by all those things she had to like keep in her focus on. Like it's a really stressful situation. Do I have time for this? See, this is what I mean by my buff. Everyone is gonna light on lightning now. It looks amazing. Okay, I'll kill this guy. It's just gonna run in there and kill them. It's even cool to see he's a warrior. And he's just like killing everything himself. I don't know what's going on with the lag spikes here. Throw down some AoE damage. Charge up my lightning bolt if I can, because it keeps failing because they're dying too fast. Oh yeah, one of the reasons I also enjoy playing my Kultiran is because lore-wise, I think he has a really awesome lore. Because the Kultirans, the Tide Sages, are actually like, they commune with some sort of like, I don't know, ancient power under the sea to get their, you know, water powers. And then when they joined the Alliance, when we got them as allied races, that's when they found out that basically what they'd been doing was shamanism. Like just but only by doing it with water. So they had a really easy time learning other elements as well. I think that's a really cool type of lore. Like with the some sort of deep sea monster or sea elemental that granted them their powers. Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining in, honey. Okay, so in about an hour, I have to go help with some shopping.
Beware.
Do I actually get the chance to hit this guy? Yeah, because he's a boss. I didn't even use my fire elemental so far because I had no reason to. They just died. Did I get any loot so far? There we go. Okay, we got some loot. Oh, he wants to keep going. Sure. I like to get carried. By the way, see my hair is actually hanging down. That is because I took a shower before I started streaming. And wet hair is not fun to put up. Okay, guess we don't have a... I'll keep going until we get a Maldraxxus. So our tank is trying to get a Maldraxxus thing. I think he might be trying to get the supporting the Maldraxxus. No, rallying Maldraxxus. It would almost just be better for me to play enhancement here, because enhancement they hit instantly, whereas elementals they need to charge so many spells that I fail my casts half the time. A lot of DPS getting lost there. Now that I'm looking at it, I actually don't want this cloak on. One thing you'll learn about me is that I'm very fixated on transmogging. My character has to look good, otherwise my DPS goes down. That's my mindset. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to do that either. Oh, you did have Night Fae. You little rascal. Ah, he took it. Okay. Now he took that one. Take this one. So we could have skipped. It doesn't matter. We have an overpowered tank, so it's fine. Okay, maybe I'll actually get a chance here to charge it up. I did hit him just once. Come on, yeah. It's so stupid that I don't get a chance to hit anything. Wait, why is this not working? Oh. Middle mouse button is not work. Oh. Wait. Ah, okay. Okay, yeah, so my middle mouse button isn't working. Oh, upgrade. And I think I know why. Do I have time to open that up? I do, because the tank is pretty much killing everything. Basically, my my mouse. Oh, by the way, I also have a weak aura, but I don't know how to activate it. This one. Use it. Come on. Be active. Okay, so when I go in here, is it going to activate? No, it's not. I have this weak aura that tells us which direction to go, and it's so efficient. Like I just have to walk in and then it automatically says. But I don't know how to activate it. One. Get on the last one. Pretty sure it's this one. Oh, it's this one. Oh. Now my add-on works. Okay. Yeah, so it's that one over there. Okay, so it should tell us the next one here. It's pretty awesome, this add-on. Yeah, it's this one. Well, it's not an add-on, it's a weak aura. I don't know why it just, like, start working now. What is it going to tell me? This one. And then we get to the boss, it even says. There you go. Yeah, I really want to, like, know how to turn it on and off. Maybe I just need to, like, open up my weak auras.
Beware.
It would just kind of be awesome if there was a button or something to press. One of us is not like the others. This one over here. I'm really good at this game, like with guessing those. Even without add-ons. It's just annoying because you have to work together to get everything working on the other one. Yeah, so it's this one. Yeah. I see so many people that just starts attacking whatever, and it's so weird. Oh, I just used all my buffs, and now they're wasting away. Oh no, I didn't use them. Okay, they didn't get pressed. Fine. And jump. Who's gonna die today? Ooh, 2 people almost did. Maybe he just knew he would survive it and just like spun all the way. Yeah. Really... I tried at some point to see if I could push them over the edge there, because shamans, at least elemental shaman, can push. So I wanted to see if I could push them over the... Come on! No! Tank! When I buff myself, you need to let me hit something. It's literally the spells that I use when there's a ton of them just like gathered in one spot. See, I can't even charge up my spells. It's almost more frustrating to not hit something. To the point where I'm just like, you know what, let's just get a regular tank that isn't carrying us. Oh, I don't hit anything. That's the one thing you gotta do as a DPS. On those. At least I have utility. Wait, did I... Oh, I do have nameplates on. Wasn't showing. I don't have a target. Keep hearing that. Because they keep killing them. There we go.
Beware.
Oh, I can actually charge this up. I don't care. Let me get hit. I just want to hit something. I didn't even use my Covenant ability once throughout this entire run. You know, let's use my Fire Elemental too. Drop that.
Beware.
Let's actually stay. I had this bad habit of jumping out of things. Oh, got a shield. Awesome. Replace this shield. I need to have one-handed in order for this to actually... Oh, there's a... No, that's Curian. Hmm. Oh! That's why he has so high damage. He's not even tanking. He's going Fury. That's why he has so high damage. So that health he has at like 55,000, that's not even as a tank. That's as a DPS. No wonder he's just like pummeling everything down. That's just other stuff. Did someone get the spear? Yeah. No wonder he's surviving that well too with his self-heal. I was thinking like tanks don't have that much self-heal as a warrior. Guess not. It's funny, like, when I was playing as Kyrian, because I have that on some characters, I never knew why I couldn't press this guy to activate him. And I found out it's because you need to pull out the little owl guy to do it. Like, you don't just click it, he has to click it. You have to summon him. So I, like, have yet to try to use any Kyrian ability in this dungeon here. Because I just didn't know. Oh, please let it hit. No! Ah, Almost. Oh yeah. So originally my goal with finding a shaman was to find a second main, right? Because I had my druid, and I wanted to main something else too on the side, because I have time for 2 classes. But now, since I just decided to replace my druid with my shaman, I needed to figure out what to do with the second character. I did consider hunter, because then I would actually have them all just be the same armor type, like both my mains, which would make sense in, you know, which would make sense in collecting transmog, because then 2 characters would be collecting for the same class. But there's just something about hunter that I just really don't like. What are we waiting for? So I am considering doing my Death Knight character. Death Knight was the first main that I ever had in the game, when I just picked something because it was cool and I didn't know anything about any other classes in the game. I just wanted to play Death Knight. That's the one thing I knew that I wanted to do. Because I like the class fantasy. I was a little bit... It was quite a learning curve as a new player to get into Death Knight, because they have all those resources you need to manage. But I actually ended up quite enjoying it. And I played Death Knight pretty well, I would say, for a Death Knight player. Oh no, he's gonna die. Come on! Don't get a chance to charge anything. Yeah, so we need to use the spears on the last boss here, because our warrior is pretty much just gonna nuke. Yeah.
You will be brought to justice. You dare deny me the sky, then I shall answer in kind.
Foolish Paragon, there is nothing you can do. Stop us.
Yeah, so everyone agreed. We're just gonna not use spears. Because there's this tactic that some people might not know about. You have to pick up the spears throughout the dungeon. It's pretty standard. Like, people will tell you the very first time you enter this dungeon that you need to pick up spears. Because that is just the strategy for this dungeon. Basically, use the spears on the bosses that you want to kill fast. And you kill them fast. So usually you might use 1 spear on the 3rd boss, and then... Gotta take this one. And then the rest you use on the last boss. When we go up, he says, no one attack until they are grouped up. Yeah. And there we go. Healer's dead. Can I stun them? Come on, stun, stun. Ah, come on. Incapacitated. No! Oh! Reincarnate. I don't care. Just reincarnate. Look, all this time, I just wanted to use this ability here. And I just had to, like, charge it once. I don't even think I needed a target for, like, doing it. And I didn't get a chance to. There was so many enemies that just, like, kept incapacitating and stuff. The tank said that went a lot worse than last time he did it. Because zero crits. You can already tell he's a min-maxer. He's, I mean, I don't know if you could call that a min-maxer, you know, when you concern yourself about crits. I think that's just, like, the step between a casual like me and a min maxer. That would be like when you start thinking about secondary stats and stuff. Really wish I could just like do some sort of AoE damage. Now? Come on. Yes! Awesome. I'll save up my, I don't know if you people know, but Echoing Shock plus Stormkeeper is incredibly effective for AoE. Like, it just, like, nukes everything. I'll use it now. It's literally 2 chain lightnings, but with increased damage from 2 separate buffs, which is just, like, so amazing. Whenever I do PvE, just like, you know, solo content, and I pull a lot of mobs out in the open world, I'll just use it, and everything dies. And I can do that just about once every minute or so. Yep, once every minute. Yeah, so now our tank is going to nuke this guy. Right? No one is attacking him. Is he taking a break? Okay, there we go. I think I might level up next time. In a very short amount of time because of this tank. Yeah, so we'll use Spear now. Go. I'll even use my Fire Elemental. Step out of that. Yeah, now 2 people are... Oh, guess not. Died so fast. I wonder what our tank is doing here. Like, he has to be like... What? I'm not in a vehicle. Yeah, it sometimes bugs out. So now I gotta exit and enter. There we go. I love how a tank is just going like, oh, the healer isn't here yet. Oh, well, we don't need that guy. Okay, so maybe I'll actually get a chance to... Oh, tank is gonna die now. Yeah. Oh, he's dead. Okay, well, I'm left alone with all these guys. Well, you do need a healer still. Run, he says. Run! Oh, is he dying again? Run! I'll place the slow. Just run. Run, don't look back, he says. Yeah, I'll definitely... Oh, wait! Somebody has the heirloom trinket! Oh, right, because we can upgrade those now. Oh no, he's following me. Go away! See, this is the point where I should be having my my middle mouse button click spells available. Actually, I opened up the software, and I just need to make sure. Can I use it now? No? Why is it... No device detected? Hold on, I gotta disconnect my mouse and reconnect it. There we go. I can click it now. That was weird. Yeah, so apparently it didn't load up my my MMO setting for my mouse. I had to pull it out and plop it back in. But now I can use my abilities. I can heal, I can slow. Everything's good, like it should be. Come on, come on. Use it! Yes! Oh, it feels good. Probably my favorite spell to use. Like, I will never switch away from those talents. Yeah, I'll put down a healing totem. Because I can. Oh, I just leveled! Wait, so I didn't level from the last dungeon then? I was like, that was fast. Well, I'm level 57 now, so I leveled 3 levels in this stream, which has lasted 1 hour. That is crazy. Usually I take about 4 to 5 days to get to level 60 on a Shadowlands character, because I hate leveling in Shadowlands. I don't hate leveling in Shadowlands. I just, like, the leveling part with the quest and stuff are decent. But I just don't like leveling because it takes so long. Okay, I can use it now. I can use it now. Oh! Watch them get nuked. Go away. Uh-oh. I'm dying. I think I can heal myself now. Yeah, I had to completely rely on my healer until now, when I finally fixed my mouse. That's not fun when you can't use them. I mean, I had my defensives, but I didn't have any healing spells. Actually, no. Let's actually charge up our armor. I'm slacking because we have an overpowered tank. It's really too bad about Warrior, because if Warrior had a lot better... I mean, Warrior is not really built for solo content. It's built for content where you have a healer backing you up. And some people will say, well, Fury Warrior can self-sustain. True, but you also sacrifice utility. Oh yeah, you have Shroud. Mount up. Right? Oh. You know what? I'll nuke these. Boom. Boom. Interrupt that. And nuke this guy. Do we have Shroud? Oh, okay. Well, we're just running. We're wasting more time waiting for the rogue to get Shroud back than to just do the run. Yay, I can slow... Oh, it's immune. Okay. I was about to feel very satisfying. Oh, you're kidding me! We're all standing up here and then he's shrouded. Okay. Well, that was definitely a waste of Shroud. Come on, I want to get a chance to use it! No! Did I use it? I didn't use it a single time! Run in, use it, use it. Okay. I didn't get the first buff, it ran out. But the second buff is fine. There we go. That was the first time I actually got to do my rotation properly before they all died. Look at my DPS. Like, the rogue even has lower DPS than me. But that's because rogues do damage over time, and if they die so fast, then of course they're not gonna hurt them. So makes sense. Oh, my buff is running out. And it's out. And we attacked. I should just have gone for it. The echoing shock attack only lasts for... I actually don't know how long it lasts. Not very long time. When you use it, you have to use it. Oh no! I wonder if I know the strategy. I sure did. When you're a healer, it's super frustrating when a DPS doesn't know what to do. And they just start kiting it around, like they're supposed to just wait it out or something. When combat. Interrupt that. Done everything. Chain lightning. Boom. And boss. We actually have time.
Tire of your boorish presence. It seems I must deal with you myself. Be gone, rabble!
It's kind of nice to get some break in between where I can actually use my abilities. Instead of just seeing the tank kill everything. Oh, come on! Ah, I hit him. You want to go again? Awesome. I think I have time for one more. Oh, my DPS goes down if I don't transmog. It's so important. And we can actually sell some things. Offhand? No. Yeah. So Bliss hates him. Well, he can just do a specific dungeon. Doing random dungeons isn't the way to go. What kind of music are we listening to? Sounds like a Disney song or something. It's called American Hope. That's why it sounds so patriotic. You know what? I might as well just buff myself. Guess we're skipping. Yeah, I would love to know how to get my weak aura to work. I think... I mean, there has to be some sort of, like, explanation somewhere on how to get it working. Maybe I need to open it up? And then it's active for a certain amount of seconds? I don't know. Let's actually use our cooldowns. Boom. Charge it up. Stormkeeper. Chain lightning. Regular lightning. Go. So I should have this talent picked again. Well, it is better. I keep getting the same trinket. This is the third time in this dungeon I'm getting that particular trinket. I hope I'm getting something else too. Okay, so is my add-on working? Let's actually do a slash weak aura. Click it. Wait. Wait. Now it's active. Working. Doesn't seem to be. Oh. Wait. Okay. I always try to like figure out why the add-on didn't work immediately. What? I think it's because it needs to have 2 of these done, and then it just figures out the pattern for the dungeon. I think the pattern remains the same. Here. Exit front left. So this time it is straight ahead.
I need to target something first.
Yeah, so I was kind of like, yeah, I was trying to figure out why the weak aura only worked sometimes. Like, did I need to activate it, or, you know, how was I supposed to do it? Okay, so it's right, that one. It's because there's only a select number of ways that they combine these routes in the dungeon. And when you do the first 2, apparently the pattern that has been chosen for this dungeon has been selected. And it just knows automatically what the next one is going to be. So that's how it works. I always try to figure out, like, how does it know? Because we haven't activated the pillars yet. One.
I don't have a target.
Rogue, you got the wrong one. Okay, so it is that one. Yeah, Rogue has just been attacking this one all the time. Oh no. Oh, I thought for a second I might hit that. Yeah, I think Rogue might be a new player. Let's check him out. Oh, he's not a new player. Just doesn't know how to do it. I like to check people's achievements if they do things wrong. After this run, I'm going to just sort of end things off with maybe a mount run or something. Because I have to go shopping for someone who needs my help. Look at our tank just blasting through everything. Can I stun them? That would be fun, just to do a little bit of something. Hey! But I'd love to know, like, the people watching this, what classes are you guys playing right now in the expansion? And why do you play that class? Because I have had the toughest of time. Oh, I didn't even see it under them. I've had the toughest of time trying to figure out what I like to play in this expansion. We have a dog outside barking. We have 3 dogs, by the way. 2 of them are sitting over there, and the other one is outside. Yes! Hero! Wait, did I use it? Oh no, the hunted...
Beware.
Huh? Oh, I guess that is my hero. I thought my icon looked different.
Beware.
Oh, come on. Damage. I'll actually pull out my fire elemental. Oh, there we go. Don't give me a shield. Well. I would rather have had a shield than nothing. Yeah. I started asking questions to the people in the chat, and one left. Like, oh no, I'm on the spot now. Yeah, so what I'll do here, I think... Yeah, we haven't done Rookmar yet. I was about to say, we have Rookmar we can do. Which is flying around down here. Sort of... Activate, there we go. Go down and see if we can get it. It is one of the few rare mounts, like the open world rares that I've been farming ever since I started playing. Another one was, well, is the Shout of Anger. I've been trying to get that mount too. And then there is, you actually have it here, but because I did actually get this mount, which is apparently one of the rarest in the game, because so few have it. This one right here, from Nalak. I think, if I have to be honest, it's not because of the drop rate only. I think a lot of people are missing this mount because it's so annoying traveling to the Throne of Thunder to try and get it. Like, all the other mounts are just kind of like spread in a circle. You can just, like, you know, tackle them all. But this one, you actually have to go and try and get, like, by traveling. Deactivate icon. Okay, so we're looking for Rookmar. Big flying bird on fire. Usually I see it when I get here. Flies this way around. So... I'm not seeing a lot of people that's actually farming this thing. So usually when I get here, it's here. Like the last 20 times I've been here, it's been here. Flying around the whole place. There it is, yeah. It's kind of a neat thing. I don't have to wait for it. Here? Sure. I think he actually despawns and then he spawns again immediately. Like that's what's happening there. Lie down and say meet and greet. Wait, come on! Come here, Rookmar. There we go. He went out of range, so I couldn't use my buff. Oh, he's gonna get hurt now. Please get it! I don't actually know if it pops up on screen or if it's an actual drop. Oh! It always tricks you. Got a ring. Like my heart skipped a beat there for a second when I saw something pop up. Yeah, so no Rookmar today. Have I done the Shout of Anger? I did. Okay, so I have done these. I have not done... What have I not done? I mean, there's a lot of open world rares you could kill. But I just have like a fixed handful that I'm farming at the moment. You know what we could do? Could try and get the Phoenix mount. I don't have that one yet. Like I have like I'm like really trying to farm things, but it takes so long. So I don't have that many. And when I say I don't have that many, I probably still have many more than a lot of other people do. I think really one of my weaknesses is that I don't... Like, I always want to mount farm. Because there's mounts you can get just from grinding reputation. There's mounts you can get just by doing a weekly thing or something. And then by time you just get it automatically. But me, I for some reason only care about the open world, extremely rare mounts. So the mounts that I actually do have, are some of the rare ones, but I don't have all the... I do have the base mount from all the base races, but I don't have, like, the reputation mounts, which I should have, because they're pretty easy to get. You just need to grind them out, basically. It's just a matter of doing it enough times. Whereas this one is like, you could farm this for 10 years and not get it, which is kind of like, I don't know, it feels like the lottery or something. I think that might be what excites me about these mounts. You feel like, you know, one of those scratch things, you scratch them and then you see if you get something. But yeah, the Phoenix mount is actually, my wife has insane luck when it comes to these mounts. My wife, she went in, and I think on her 7th attempt, she got, what do you call it? Invincible. On her 3rd attempt, she got the Phoenix mount. And, oh, there's another really extreme rare mount she got. Yeah, she has another mount too. It just took her like 2 attempts to get. But I can't remember. The very first rare mount that I ever got was the Pure Blood Firehawk. That was also one of the first mounts I ever started grinding, other than Invincible. And it was kind of like a fun thing, because this was my first one. So I was so used to not getting anything that I ran around for a week and had it in my bag the whole time. And then when I had to sell, like, all my things, I found this one item in my bag that the vendor wouldn't have. Like, he just wouldn't let me sell it. And then I saw it was a mount. I was like, what? What is this mount? Then I clicked it and I found out it was that one. It's also one of the rare mounts that people, they really want. And I think one of the reasons that so few... Well, I don't know how many have it. But... you know, more people should have it, but I think they don't, because you have to literally kill all the bosses in the area, like just when you enter Firelands, before you can get a chance to this mount. So I think people just don't do it because it's annoying. This one up here, Ashes of Alar, a lot of people have that one, because you just go straight to the boss. So it's really easy to farm. But I just don't have it yet. I really wish they, when they made Warcraft 3 Reforged, that they made it properly. All this stuff is reminding me of it. Like, even though this isn't, like, you know, part of the Warcraft 3 story, but this is directly after, almost. This is like when you see what happened to Kel'Thas and Illidan and stuff after they went through the portal. This is where they went. And I was one of the really hyped people when Reforged came out, or was announced. So after this one, I might have to go do some shopping. Can I place something on the ground that just kills them all? Can't. Wait, they're taking damage just by hitting me. That's weird. Okay, I'll take it. Sure. Close that down. We don't need to see my DPS. Just soloing this thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, so I talked about maybe picking a hunter as my second main, because I needed to pick 2 mains. And I tried Hunter for a little bit. You know when you play a class and it might have some really awesome gameplay elements, but you can just like feel that this is not the class that you want to play. Like, it just, you can just feel it. It's not the class for you. I might actually, enhancement might actually be better for this one. How did I think about it? Because I need to do some instant damage, otherwise the enemy's not gonna get hit. Yeah. Go enhancement. And we can run fast. That's a bonus. So instead of Hunter, I instead tried to think about what about classes that I just really like. Because Shaman has everything that I need to have in a class. Like, it has the healing spec, it has, you know, it has a proper DPS spec, a proper range spec. It is probably the ideal class for me to play. Oh, I transmog my artifact weapons. So yeah, I think I might decide to just play Death Knight. Death Knight is the only class in the entire game, because I returned right at the end of Legion, like I mentioned earlier. And, you know, we had the artifacts, weapons, and the Maid's Tower thing. I never actually got around to get the artifact appearances on the Maid's Tower for all my classes. I just had enough time to do it on one. And I had to really, like, carefully pick which one it was. And I picked Death Knight. Unholy Death Knight. Did I just enter the chat saying, did you pick a Death Knight instead? No. That's not what I said. I'm gonna play this Shaman here. But the reason I was playing my Druid and thinking about looking for another class was because I wanted to play more than just one character. Because I wanted to farm all the transmogs in the game. And I was thinking maybe I should just, like, say this is my main and then have my Death Knight be my, you know, enjoyment, guilty pleasure character. Facebook. Yeah, okay, I'll follow him and make a list after this one. For shopping. Veda is here, saying hi, saying good luck on the mount. That is probably what she came over for. Yeah, that's not what he came over for, is it? Good luck on the mount, Daddy. I know you're gonna get it this time. Yeah, there's just something about my Death Knight I find special. It is by no means, on paper or when I play it, the ideal character for me to play. The whole thing that fuels me to play Death Knight is because I like the fantasy of it. It has like the most badass fantasy in the game. And it's the one character, Unholy Death Knight, specifically, that spec is the one that I have the artifact Maid's Tower appearance for. Frida is the type of dog that would come over just to tell me that I didn't get it. Yeah. But I don't think in a mean way. Just like, it doesn't care if I... Ah, yes! I activated it. Kill them! Kill them! No! They feared it! Or like silenced it. Kill them! There we go. Alright, Kel'Thas, give it. I've been trying for too long. It is time. I love how the music led up to that moment when he started rising. Okay. When you fall down, you're gonna die. Just accept it and give up your mount. Peter? Peter. It's about to knock over my webcam. I have my webcam sitting on a camera tripod, not attached. It's just sitting there. Just like I saw the wiring just getting like touched a little bit in the back there. Okay. You can feel I'm getting it. Wait, how am I supposed to do it? I'm supposed to close my eyes, right? So, close my eyes. Well, I guess I have to like... How do you do that? Oh, you know what? I'll just open it. No! You do it with the villages too? Yeah, I guess I have to use your method next time. I didn't get it. Alright, well, that's how things go. Yeah, I did ruin it. I should have closed my eyes and just clicked it and taken everything. I wonder when they decide on you getting the mount or not. Is it like constantly just like rolling and randomizing until you click it? Or is it the moment that you kill it that the loot has been decided for you? Because essentially then it doesn't matter if you just walk over and just open it up, if it's by the kill. Or maybe you have to fuel your desire into the last attack on the boss when he dies. Alright. Oh, when you enter? Huh. That changes things. That's like a whole new level back. Yeah, so I just wanted to show that this is the only artifact mage tower appearance that I got in the game. And I just really love my Death Knight. Like, I've never ever had my Death Knight that far away in my character list. So I think I might make this my second character to just play for fun. And then I'll focus on this guy. Because I really enjoy Shaman. Especially enhancement for PvP. Super fun. In Animal Crossing, as soon as you click on going to an island, it is decided. Maybe it is decided when you go into the raid. Like the loot is just like distributed. That would make lag a lot less when you actually kill the bosses. So that would actually make sense. Because game dev thoughts here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the stream. I'm glad to see there's 5 people on. A game programmer like you should be able to put yourself into logic. Yeah, I could definitely see how performance-wise it would make more sense to like have everything randomized at the beginning. So while you're loading up the raid when you enter the first time, it just like distributes what you might get in that run. It does make sense. So yeah, I am going to go shopping. I might be on a little bit later. But I gotta do this one thing. So thank you so much for watching. All the silent people as well that hasn't been saying anything. I'm so glad to have people watching. But we shouldn't think about that as gamers. That's true. When we walk up as gamers, when we walk up to the boss and click the loot once we killed them, that's when we get the loot. You know? Okay. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.